Playmakers, how's it going? This is Coach Wood, and we are ready, baby, for another amazing episode of content. We've got a great topic for you today. So I'm excited to come to you guys today. We're ripping and running through the week. Hopefully your week has been amazing, and I truly appreciate you guys stopping by the channel and checking in with us. You guys, that does Coach's heart good. So please check by the channel every day, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's where you'll find Coach in the Huddle, you guys. So this is the Weekday Huddle. If you're joining us for the very first time, welcome to the channel. If you can't tell already, this is a football channel, but this isn't just any football channel. We're not worried about stats. We're not worried about gambling. We're not worried about fantasy league. This is a channel for the young athletes, the young superstars, the go-getters, the serious ones that want to climb the ladder in this football entertainment industry, that want to go to the top, baby. That's who this is for. And then also, obviously, their families, their loved ones, the coaches and the fans out there. That's who this channel is for. So if that's you, you're in the right spot, and we're ready to get after it today. So hit that subscribe button if you like the content and you haven't already subscribed, so that you're notified when we release new content on behalf of Before You Go Pro. Then also check out the resources we have down in the description box for you. So for today's content, you guys, we're always bringing in things that you guys can take to the bank, things that you might not have even gone through or might not even be aware of, that now that you've been in the huddle with us, you know is not going to sneak up on you. It's not going to come up behind you and get you and clip your career and then have you with any regrets down the road. We don't want any regrets for our athletes, you guys, and our football family. So that's what this is all about. And today's topic is one that, some of you guys may be aware of, but it gets bigger as you climb through the ranks. Some of you guys might not be aware of it, but here is what today is all about. Not everybody on the staff is going to agree about you. Not everybody on the staff is going to agree about you, you guys. You may be the man on your high school team. You may be all conference and the dude on your JC team or your prep school team. But now you're moving up the ranks. Now you're moving up the ranks to go play at a university, and it does not matter, D3, D2, D1, you're going off to play some big boy football. Or maybe you have made it to a UFL roster, or you're on a roster in the NFL team and you're fighting, scratching, clawing to stay on the team. Not everybody, you guys, on the coaching staff is going to agree about you. Now, when you're in high school, especially at a high school like I went to, where a lot of guys were on both sides of the ball, it all feels as one. It all feels as, hey, we're just one team. But when you go off to college, you're going to be just on one side of the ball. You're going to be just on offense or just on defense. And yes, you're on a team with a bunch of guys, but at the end of the day, you guys, a lot of it is separate, where the offensive people are on the offensive side of the athletic facility, or where all the offensive meeting rooms are, and the defensive guys are on the dark side. They're on their side, and you guys are, yes, coming together for a collective win. On Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, whenever you play, you're coming together for a collective college or NFL professional game win. But everybody's is pretty separate as far as the game planning, as far as a lot of the preparation, as far as a lot of the practice. There'll be the times that you come together for practice, times you come together to scrimmage or do a 7-on-7 or some one-on-ones, but there's also a lot of time where you're separate. So when you're separate, let's say I was on the defensive side of the ball when I was at the University of Colorado. The people that really mattered The people that really mattered when it came to whether or not you were going to hit the field was your position coach, the coordinator, and the head coach. Your position coach, the coordinator, and the head coach. And at the end of the day, you guys, 99.9% of teams, the head coach is getting the final call. The head coach is getting the final call. There's nobody that is on the field that the head coach has not given the thumbs up to or decided to tolerate for whatever reason. All right. The head coach is making the final call. So if you're watching a college game and you see the first string guy go down, and then the backup comes in, and all of you guys have been watching a game like this before in college or maybe in the pros, where the starter goes down and the backup comes in and the backup looks even better than the starter. That's because for whatever reason the head coach has said that that's not the guy yet. Now, it might not be the guy yet because he's young. It may not be the guy yet because he messed up earlier in the season. It may not be the guy yet for whatever reason. But there are dudes that are backups at every level of college football, and dudes who are backups at on every different level of pro football, whether it's arena ball, Canada, UFL, NFL. There's dudes. And there's guys who are just as good as the starters that are riding the bench for whatever reason. But I can guarantee you that there's a lot of teams that have divisive coaching staffs as far as who should be on the field. So, as a player, what does that mean for you as a player? What that means for you as a player is that there's things that are going to be out of your control. Check this out. When I was a junior in college, I had to wait behind some guys that were very, very talented. I was a defensive back, a cornerback. I had to wait behind some guys that were very, very talented that ended up going to the NFL at cornerback. After they got done, what am I thinking? I'm thinking next up, right? Back in the day, it's not like today where they go in the portal and they get somebody to replace you like that. Back in the day, they recruited from the high school ranks. They developed you. They put you in the cupboard. If you went to a school where there was a lot of talent, and at the time I went to Colorado, a lot of talent, they put you in the cupboard. And then when that guy goes off to the NFL, you get your shot, and then maybe you go to the NFL. Well, that's what I was thinking the game plan was. But if you know all about the Weekday Huddle, you probably heard Coach say before that I ended up playing the majority of my college career under a new coach, a coach that did not recruit me. So when the older guys graduated, I'm thinking, hey, I've been busting my butt. You guys have been developing me. Now it's my time to shine. But it wasn't my time to shine. Why? Because not everybody on the staff was sold on me. Not everybody on the staff was sold on me. I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that my DB coach, my head DB coach, was sold on me. I also think that the D coordinator was pretty solid with me too. The head coach was not. He was not. So I was always fighting an uphill battle to stay on the field. Even if you fight and you get on the field, you're always going to be looking over your shoulder a little bit. But here's a perfect example of how you guys know that the staff may have difference in opinions about certain athletes. When I was fighting in training camp my junior year to get the starting spot, and now he is a big time defensive coordinator in the NFL, former head coach in the NFL, Vance Joseph, actually happened to be my assistant DB coach. And the beautiful thing about VJ, and we had a great relationship, is he would tell me the inside scoop. So I actually knew on the staff who was feeling me and who wasn't, who would rather have somebody else on the field. And I knew because of VJ. God bless him. So I knew that I had to do the best I could do, or I was on a short leash. And literally, you guys, one time I was working out in the weight room and at the University of Colorado at the time. I don't know if it's this way now. I don't think it is actually. But at the time, where we lifted weights overlooked the field. So we're in training camp my junior year. This is my first true chance to be the starting base corner at the University of Colorado. The two corners ahead of me are now in the NFL, one for the Chargers, one for the Miami Dolphins. Shout out Ben Kelly and Damon Wheeler. Phenomenal corners, but all-time great buffs. So I had to wait behind them, but I'm developing. I'm ready, right? So I'm getting ready for the first game of the season. We're in training camp. I'm having a hell of a training camp. And the assistant DB coach comes up to me while I'm working out in the facility, overlooking the field, daydreaming, and just thinking about finally getting my shot. And VJ comes up to me and we had a great relationship. If he was my head coach or my position coach, things might have been a little bit better for me. But he was the assistant DB coach. So he didn't have much pull. But once again, not everybody on the staff is in your corner, and there may be some people on the staff that are, but he was one of the ones that was in my corner. He came up to me and he said, "Hey T," and I said, "What's up?" And he said, "I don't know what it is, man, but Coach Barnett, who was the head coach at the time, he said he's not really feeling you. He's not really feeling you. And if you're going to get the start, we were a week or two away from playing Colorado State. That's who we always opened our season with. He said, you're going to get the start. But if anything doesn't go right, and it ended up being a game that I had two interceptions in, as you see right here, he said, but if anything goes wrong, you're going to get a short leash. You're going to be out. So I ended up having a hell of a game. I get two interceptions, defensive player of the game in the Colorado State game. The next game we play, this is my junior year in college. I'm feeling like the man. Yeah, it's only one game, but I'm leading the country in interception. And I'm thinking, finally, right? Once again, coach that didn't recruit me. The next game we go into is USC. We're in the Coliseum. I'm a California kid and legs a little wobbly. We're playing against Carson Palmer. I don't have the best game. Not a terrible game, but I don't have the best game. And lo and behold, before the game was even over, I got yanked. I still lead the team in the country in interceptions, and I'm on the bench. And it was quick. It was no grace. It was quick. And the reason why was because he was waiting to do it. He's waiting to do it. So, you guys, all that to say, it may not even be you. It may not even be you. And that's why all you can do is control the controllables, control the things that you can control. I'll also say during that window of my career, I didn't control everything that I could have controlled. And then, even by being tipped off by Coach VJ, when you know that you're on a short leash with a particular coach, a coach that holds all the cards, if you're on a short leash with the head coach, you know that you got to dial in even more. And I didn't dial it in even more. I should have made sure I was the first one at every meeting. Sure, I was the last one off the field. So he could see that I could gain some grace. I don't know what I did to lose the grace, but I could have gained some grace. So sometimes you guys may be in a position where you have someone tip you off on the staff. That's how staffs are. That goes to show you how much some staffs are divided. And I guarantee you guys at the college level and at the pro level, it's very rare that the whole staff is 100% on board with a particular person playing. Very rare. A lot of times you'll have the position coach that likes his guy, the D coordinator who likes his guy, the head coach who likes his guy. You find that a lot, more than you guys think. And at the end of the day, The head coach is the one that's going to be calling the play on who, especially certain key positions, that quarterback position, that running back position, certain key position. That head coach is going to be very influential. His name is on the line. Signetti, Indiana, his name is on the line. Nobody is on that field without getting the check off by him. So you guys keep that in mind. There's going to be things you can control, things you can't. There's going to be coaches that like you, coaches that are not feeling you. You have to adjust accordingly. That's what the weekday huddle is all about, is how do we win regardless. All right. So hopefully this brings value to you guys. And some of you kids have already felt this before, where you're like, that coach isn't really feeling me. You're probably right. You're probably right. But that doesn't mean you might not hit the field. You got to find out who the decision maker is, and you got to play your cards right. All right. So that's what this is all about, baby. Hit that description box so that you can check out the resources that we have available for you. There's more. We dive more into some of the topics that we cover in the weekday huddle in the resources, you guys. So check out those resources, especially if you're a young football player or a family member of a football player. And then also hit that subscribe button for us. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. Help us get there. I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top.